Hey there, and welcome back to The Sims 3. My name is Pete, and today we complete another episode of this attempt to fully complete The Sims 3 World Adventures. Last time we left off after reaching Visa level 3 in Shang Simla with Yooni and completing the treasure hunt for an evil warlord's prize, and today we jump right into the action, take a shower in the can with both of our adventurers, and while William runs off to collect some metal and a new quest, Yooni can purchase an entire load of canned showers from General Merchant Matthew Xiao. 10 of them should be enough for the moment. Then she starts a jog towards the adventure board to raise that athletic skill, while William has already collected his first piece of mercury and now picks up this generic repeatable quest: we need to deliver a bottle of nectar to Cindy Zapawa. No problem, in the last tomb we picked up plenty, so let's make the delivery while Yooni picks up a quest of her own. The elderly grandfather of Bash Yit, son of Special Merchant Ku Hao Yit and named after channel supporter Bash, is requesting 3 ancient or older relics. Once again, no trouble, we have lots of those in our inventory, so let's deliver them to Bash, who lives just around the corner. This is only the beginning, though. It seems like the old grandfather also loaned an item to Alan Lee and now requests us to get it back for him, promising a great surprise in return. Just as we accept this next stage of the quest, William turns in the nectar with food merchant Cindy and earns himself another 15 visa points, closer to visa level 3 but not there yet. So he returns to the adventure board and picks up another repeatable collection quest. After constructing the miniature tomb of the Emperor last time around, we now need to deliver some mercury for its maintenance, and that is also why William collected some earlier. Still, he needs 4 more to make the delivery, so we switch to Yooni in the meantime, who has met Alan Lee on a path in the hills of Shang Simla and is currently trying to charm her way into his good graces. Her good sense of humor seems to be doing the trick, even if it takes a while, but eventually, in the early evening, Alan is convinced and hands over the loaned artifact. So, back to Bash we go, while William is about to wrap up his collecting spree. Only 1 more piece of mercury is left. Just as he gets to it, Yooni fulfills her part of the bargain and is rewarded with a big secret. Bash's grandfather is a direct descendant of a first Emperor's Imperial Guard. As such, a key to the first Emperor's tomb is in the family's possession, and we are now allowed to use it to peruse the place at our leisure. Of course, we accept and immediately send Yooni over there, collecting a few bits along the way. The path up to the tomb is littered with copper, and that is exactly what we need. After climbing down the steps in front of the building, we then get to insert the keystone that opens the tomb, just as William turns in his quest and earns a further 15 visa points. And entering the tomb is all it takes for Yooni to complete this stage of the quest. A proper exploration will follow soon, but for now she can return to the surface to report her findings. In the meantime, William has picked up another quest, the second of 2 miniature maintenance quests, this one requiring 9 smelted copper bars. Coincidentally, Yooni has been collecting some copper, and I have already moved it to William's inventory, who can now send his 8 copper ores to be smelted. With the metal collector challenge already completed, he will receive a few extra ingots tomorrow, and considering he already has 1 collected, he should be good to go. For today, however, it is time to rest in the new and luxurious Sultan's Tabernacle. Since resting goes pretty quickly in this tent, on the next morning William can already send off a few more metals to be smelted before the daily post arrives, so they'll be back in just a few moments. In the meantime, Yooni visits Bash Yit once more to report what she found at the Emperor's tomb. With the entrance into the tomb's main area still blocked, Bash hands us another keystone, but this one needs a blessing from a monk. Luckily, Ocarina Soto is one and can be asked for this favor. She is also living just a few meters down the road and agrees to help without any further convincing, so we're moving fast here and can now return to Bash with the good news. In exchange for giving us access to the tomb, Bash asks us to retrieve his family's ancient spear, and I think that is a fair proposal, so we accept and begin the final stages of this quest. William, meanwhile, has taken a nap and visited the base camp bathroom. As you can see, the mail is just being delivered, and while Yooni now once again climbs down the stairs into the first Emperor's tomb, William can retrieve his smelted ingots, including 13 copper ones, enough to fulfill his quest. So, as he goes to turn that in, Yooni can end her meditation session in the tomb and go to work, pushing a statue onto a pressure plate to reveal some stairs leading one level lower. Unfortunately, on her way over to them, she steps onto a hidden trap and gets herself knocked out, although on the bright side, this now fulfills her wish to sleep inside a tomb. William, meanwhile, has reached the market and is turning in his materials, earning 15 more visa points that get him closer to visa level 3, but sadly still not all the way there yet. He will now join Yooni in the tomb, who has woken up again and makes her way downstairs to activate another pressure plate, this one giving her access to a fenced-off area in the starting chamber. Before we go there though, let's repeat the entire process on the other side of this underground hallway. The floor switches behind these fences are very useful, as they deactivate the traps around the two chests in the middle of the room, the same traps that Yooni already fell victim to earlier. So she can now help herself to the treasure. As you can see in the background, William has also arrived, and after a quick shower in the can, we can now unlock the tomb's main entrance with the keystone we got blessed by Ocarina. We are greeted by another treasure chest, and two hidden doors also immediately open up. However, we want to be very careful in here, as William can read on one of the plaques by the entrance that the path of the righteous is paved in jade, meaning that we better stay on the green floor tiles as we begin to pull a statue in place and have William loot another treasure chest, this one containing a star keystone. That one is needed to advance deeper into the tomb, so let's give it to Yooni, who is currently pushing the statue onto the floor switch in the back here to deactivate all traps in this room and to reveal a hidden staircase. The other floor switches would only deactivate a portion of the traps, or none at all, so I recommend going straight for this one. The two pressure plates to stand on also don't do anything as far as I can tell. Again, the safe route is to stay on the green, these are just here to lure you off of it. Heading down the stairs, we now find where to put that keystone, unlock the path onwards, and can smash a giant boulder blocking 3 treasure chests. William, meanwhile, can already explore the dive well. Now, the chests do not contain anything terribly important, but William emerges in a corridor full of sarcophagi, and next to the plain ones, there is also one in green and one in blue. Let's keep in mind what we learned about the safe color in this tomb, as we have Yooni join him to go through their contents together. Despite the fact that some of these sarcophagi seem less than welcoming, nothing bad happens, and Yooni can loot the green one to find the key to the tomb's innermost chambers. Now, I do of course also want to show you what's inside the blue one, but first let's have William activate the floor switch here to open a shortcut, then make him dive back through the well, and then Yooni can open the sarcophagus. And no surprise here, I think, a mummy lives inside, and despite her martial arts prowess, Yooni's chances of successfully fighting it are actually not that great. So let's use the alternative path we just unlocked to circumvent it and dive into the waters of the well to escape. William, meanwhile, has made it back into the entrance area and can now fiddle around with the hole in the wall here, revealing another set of stairs leading below. while Yooni can open the door with the sarcophagus keystone. However, the room behind it does not appear to have any exit or loot inside, so we are left with no other choice really but to head downstairs once more. Very importantly, William stays exactly where he is. Downstairs, we of course want to take the path over the green tiles to deactivate the traps, and then stand on the pressure plate here to reveal some stairs in the chamber we just unlocked upstairs. That's all. We can now head back up and back into the room William is in by opening a shortcut with the floor switch here. However, as you can see, the room is still trapped, and even moving across the green tiles does not entirely protect Yooni. This is also why William did not move. I'm actually not sure if this is intended to work that way, but opening the stairs just behind the hole in the wall basically makes it impossible for him to turn back around because of some pathfinding issues. The only way out of this spot is through the trapped area to the left and right. The traps themselves are also too difficult to disarm for both Yooni and William, so in my experience there really is no other way out of this spot than to walk straight into a trap. Now, on the plus side, these traps are not terribly dangerous, and after a few moments, both William and Yooni have slept off their effects, and can finally enter the innermost treasure chamber, adding another tomb to the list of explored ones, and earning both of our adventurers 1500 lifetime happiness points. The treasure we are looking for then was in the upstairs starting area all along, but this is the only way to access it. Grabbing the contents of the chests here also fulfills a few relic value related wishes for both Yooni and William, and the family's ancient spear is in the chest that Yooni now opens. And let's not forget to also grab the contents of the sarcophagus in the room, unfortunately though just another sarcophagus fragment. And then, just as we get the message that our vacation will be over in one day, we can leave the tomb behind for good. That means we also only have one more day to get William to visa level 3, so let's pick up another quest with him. We have now completed everything there is to do in Shang Simla except for the third installment of the Dragon Cave questline, which we will do with Yooni, so we'll have to be content with delivering more jade to Special Merchant Kuhao Yit. Yooni meanwhile turns in her quest by delivering the family spear to Kuhao's son Bash. She is paid handsomely with 2,000 simoleons and over 600 ancient coins, and can now rest for the night. William is already fast asleep. At this point, Yooni has also amassed over 50,000 lifetime happiness points, more than enough to afford a change of her lifetime wish. Let's set it to Martial Arts Master, a tough challenge, but one that we are definitely planning to complete with her anyway, unlike the one she previously had. For an additional 30,000 points, we then also grab Meditative Trance Sleep, so that Yooni's need for sleep will be drastically reduced, and I think thematically it also fits nicely. On the next morning then, we have a tough schedule ahead of us, so it is another shower in the can and off to Kuhao for William. Thankfully, we had 3 pieces of jade between the inventories of him and Yooni, so he can complete this one immediately. Yooni meanwhile picks up the Dragon Cave Part 3. Coincidentally, it is her sister-in-law, Mixie Iroki, who claims to know how to get into the place. So let's pay her a visit. Once again, no convincing is needed. However, in this case, that might also be because Mixie does not remember all the details. Luckily, Special Merchant Kuhao apparently sells a potion of remembrance and only needs 2 pieces of platinum in exchange for it. Unfortunately, William cannot purchase it, as he hands over the jade here and earns a further 15 visa points. Also rather unfortunate is the fact that he is still not at visa level 3, so let's have him rush back to base camp and pick up another repeatable fetch quest. 3 more pieces of mercury sound great. In the meantime, Yooni has found a spot with some platinum ores, and despite their value, we are only going to grab the bare minimum. The list of things to do here on this last day is still long, and we might be cutting it very close towards the end. In fact, as you can see, only 12 hours are left as Yooni hands the materials over to Kuhao and accepts the potion in return. Back to Mixie we go, while William has travelled quite a distance to the edge of town to find what little Mercury remains on the map. Crucially, at this point we also want to grab the opportunistic lifetime reward with him. Honestly, I don't know why I haven't done this sooner, as this doubles the rewards for completing opportunities, which in the base game are few and far between, but in World Adventures they are arguably the most important gameplay element. With this lifetime reward, completing opportunities earns us double the money, double the ancient coins, and importantly, also double the visa points. Let's hope that that's enough as we approach the final hours of our trip here. Yooni is also progressing nicely. Mixie now tells her to speak to John Wong, who is of course also named after another channel supporter, and who possesses a diary that holds all the secrets of the Dragon Cave. As Yooni encounters John, she earns 400 lifetime happiness points for meeting a local she apparently has not met before, and their relationship also rises very quickly. As a snob, John reacts very fondly to compliments, and Yooni's great sense of humor kicks it over the threshold, so John is soon willing to spill the beans. According to the journal, a keystone is needed to enter the Dragon Cave, no surprise there. However, John believes that the nectar merchant in Champs-les-Sims will know where to find it. So we have ourselves our very first quest that spans multiple locations, which also means that Yooni has reached the point where she cannot progress any further in Shang Simla, but she can still help William out, who is just turning in his Mercury and now earns 30 visa points. Unfortunately, he still has not reached visa level 3, so I think we need one more quest. And that final quest will be another round of jade collecting, arguably the easiest of the 3 repeatable collection quests in Shang Simla. In anticipation of this one, Yooni is already out and about and collecting jade. The 2 pieces she already had in her inventory were already transferred to William, who can therefore already run over to his quest giver, while Yooni is on her way to collect the 3rd piece, near the Temple of Heaven that is, a place she wanted to visit anyway. And with the gemstone collected, we can now transfer it to William and have him turn in the quest. And these final 30 visa points push him over the edge. William Picking is now finally a level 3 adventurer in Shang Simla. And with less than 6 hours left on the clock for this trip, we could now end things. However, I think we have just enough time to work towards another crucial lifetime wish that I want to complete in this series. For this one, William will need to fully explore 6 tombs in each of the 3 travel destinations. He already has 4 in Shang Simla, and there's 2 more in the close vicinity, whose final chamber is rather easy to reach, and that final chamber is all he needs to step into to mark the tomb as completed. So we head back into the Resolute Fist retreat. Make sure to remain on the light floor tiles to avoid any traps in this room downstairs here, and then run into the treasure chamber to mark the tomb completed. 1 more to go, 4 hours left. And thankfully, this last one is the Shang Simla starter tomb, so a very easy and short one, the Halls of the Lost Army in the middle of the Forgotten City. This is a super quick tomb to complete, especially since Yooni has already explored it and opened a crucial shortcut. Now the way into the treasure chamber is accessible right from the entrance. And there we go, William Picking is now not only a visa level 3 adventurer, but has also, well, more or less completed 6 tombs in Shang Simla, which in theory means that he does not need to return here anymore and can leave Yooni to explore the final secrets of this location by herself. And I think that does make some sense narratively too. Under his guidance, Yooni has shown herself to be a capable adventurer on this 8-day trip. The only thing left for her to do is to fully explore the Dragon Cave and master the martial arts skill, and maybe that is a good test of her abilities as a solo adventurer. In any case, this trip has come to an end, and Yooni and William can return home to Riverview. We can place the last missing Zodiac animal relic on display here and complete another collection, and with that we can wrap up today's episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then I would be very happy if you could leave a thumbs up, and if you like what I'm doing and want to support me and my channel further, then you can of course go ahead and subscribe to stay up to date, grab some merch over on shop.petecomplete.com, or become a channel member or Patreon supporter. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.